Sometimes the best things come in small packages, and I've been waiting a long time for this guy. It is the Transformers Power of the Primes Legends Class Wave 3 Outback, and he's going to be our focus in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, and of course subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. Have a look at Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, and Transformers Collectors NL, and me everywhere. And this is Outback. Yeah, okay, it's a reuse of the Titans Return Brawn mold. And a lot of people, I think, skip this guy over. It's kind of funny. Out of the G1 Minibot reissues, this guy was short packed, and he's really hard to find, and people have kind of fallen over themselves to get him. But I don't feel like this version of him is getting the same excitement. Now, he's just hitting retail around here now, but I got this guy from tftoys.ca. I got tired of waiting, but he's just hitting around retail now as of this recording. I think he's worth getting. It was a great mold as Brawn. I think it's a fantastic mold as Outback. I apologize for not trying to do this with an Australian accent, but I would never be able to beat what Patriot Prime did. I laughed so much at that. It was great. But it's a fun mold. Now, I did do one custom paint app that I think kind of should have been done from the beginning. It's minor, but it does aid the accuracy slightly. The articulation is great. The conversion is great. This guy's an absolute win, but enough of me gushing about him. Let's head over to the table and take a closer look at him. And I got tired of waiting for Wave 3 Legends Class Power of the Prime figures to hit my neck of the woods, so I went out and I got myself a Outback. And just as I got him, I get word that here in Canada he is starting, along with his wave mate Cinder Sword, to show up on shelves. So kind of keep your eyes peeled if you've been looking for him. And I hear that in the US it's pretty common. I wanted him because, especially going into the Siege line, we are going to get sort of the legend size figures kind of end. They're getting replaced, which is great, but like I really sort of wanted to end this size class off. If it's on hiatus or worse, gone forever, that's a real shame, because these guys have been really phenomenal updates. Well, what about Outback here? First, I want to absolutely applaud Patriot Prime, who tried to use an Australian accent when he done Outback. I'm not that talented. I'm not that skilled. I'm not going to do that. But I do like the character, and I wish he had been featured a little more prominently in the show. Of course, because this is that reuse of the Brawn mold, I will show the conversion going now from vehicle to robot, because I already showed it going the other way back in episode, I want to say 405, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, we're going to start off looking at the packaging first. And here we have the packaging. Nice artwork up top, and down here on the insert, we go to the back. Of course, we get the, the whole bio. We can see that. We can flip this out to put a Prime Master or a Titan Master in there. It's the packaging. It is what it is. He also comes with these instructions. I'm not opening them up. I don't really think I need them for this guy. It's a pretty easy transformation. Plus, it's one that I've done a bunch of times before because I really enjoy Brawn. And we have the ever-popular collector card for Outback. Beautiful artwork. I've loved the artwork for all of these. This is the card for Megatronus Outback, and he doesn't like when people put rules on him, so he's gonna eliminate him. I don't know if that's really a power, if it's just him being mean. And of course, here we have Outback in his vehicle mode, along with his last accessory, which is this piece on the back. It's that spare tire thing. I guess it's supposed to be his blaster. I don't know. But this is the way he looks in vehicle mode. This is quite accurate to his G1 vehicle mode. If you look at the recent like G1 toy reissue, it's pretty accurate to that. And it's definitely accurate to his on-screen appearance with the exception of one thing. Well, actually, I guess the exception of two things. One, there's more brown on this guy than there was on the kind of original G1 animation, especially in this mode. Nevertheless, it looks great. I mean, there it is from the side. There it is from the front. From this side. And of course, the back. Again, the back windows here are not painted, but I'm okay with that because I don't really think they're supposed to be. The Autobot symbol should probably be up a little higher than it is, but that's fine. That being said, the black windshield and side windows that has the beige. The beige color that's there is paint. The beige everywhere else is plastic. There is a slight mismatch, but it's still pretty good, and that's a significant section painted, to be honest with you. It probably could have used one more coat, but I'm cool with what we have nevertheless. The other way that this is inaccurate is we don't have his blaster on the top. Now, if you have a spare copy of the blaster that goes with, say, Cliff Jumper, you can probably use it here. I have heard that it's loose, so it's up to you. I don't really feel a need to have it. Maybe you do. So it's pretty good, and of course it rolls pretty great. What do we do about marking his paint depths, his posability, playability, and his conversion? Well, we're going to convert him first and kind of work our way back, which is, I know, a little bit unusual, but like I said, I want to show the conversion going in the other direction where I've already done robot to vehicle. So where do we begin? We begin by taking this piece off, and I'm going to tell you, more than on Braun, this piece is really tight here. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm not even going to start with taking that off because it's that challenging. Here's where I'm going to start instead. I'm going to show you, and I meant to do this before anyway, so here's my nice segue into it. I'm going to lift that up. This is where you can put your Titan Master or Prime Master if you were so inclined. You wanted to. That being said, you can lift that up, and it's a perfect excuse to flip out his legs, close this back up, and now you can sort of, there, split his legs, and if nothing else, that will get this piece off. Come down underneath and flip out his heel and flip out his heel, and we're just going to stand him up. At this point, he's half done. All we really need to do is get the arms down. How do we do that? We pick them up from the side, pick them up from the side, bring it down, rotate the forearm, rotate the forearm. I have one custom paint app here. Up on the bicep, I have added silver because by rights, his entire arm is supposed to be silver with like just like a beige door on the outside. Fine, we have a tire there. Whatever, I'm good with it. I'm okay with that. The conversion, simple, 10, easy, effective but easy. Even though I did stumble over his little like rocket piece thing here. Now you can, if you want, put that back here just like we did with Braun if you wanted to store it. Or of course, again, like with Braun, and if you wanted to differentiate him from Braun because you have it on the back on Braun, you can, of course, put it in his arm and you can put it in his hand. Oh no. So, that being said, here he is looking stellar. The little bit of paint that I added is not a significant difference. I'm going to say that out of package, he's a solid 9.5. No, I'll say 9. What I did was a 9.5. Why am I, docking him at all? Well, he shouldn't have brown on his shins. That should just be beige. And where the black is on his tummy, you should have a little bit of red and yellow detailing in there. So like minor things. You're not going to mistake who this is at all. There's no doubt. Interestingly, the visor on him is blue. In the animation, sometimes it was blue, sometimes it wasn't. Most of the time it was. But on the toy, it was just all silver face, silver visor. So is this a little more evocative of the animation? I don't know, but I certainly went that route. The articulation, pretty great on the guy. we have his head that can go left and right, easier than it can on Braun. The shoulders, they still go all the way around. They go well out to the side, but you're using the transformation hinge to do it. Like if you don't kind of use the transformation hinge to bring it up, they don't go out very far. We have a ball joint at the elbow, so we do get a swivel and we do get 90 degrees of bend. For the legs, getting those arms out of the way, he can do full splits out to the side, forward all the way, back all the way, thigh swivel, dedicated thigh swivel no less, 90 degrees or more at the knee, depending. It all depends on, you know, if you have his heel spur out and kind of if you have the leg up, because the heel spur here, it can move too. So you actually have a great range of motion. The guy's missing a waist. For this size class, that's really about it. I'm going to say that his conversion is exactly what it was for Braun, which was a 9. You know, we're talking, for Braun I had said that his paint ups were 9.5. For this guy I'm saying 9.5. The articulation was a 9. For this guy it's a 9. The transformation for Braun was a 10. For this guy it's a 10. As a matter of fact, in fact here he is with his mold mate, that being Braun. Look, overall score for Braun when I looked at him back in 405 was like 9.75. For Outback, it's 9.75. It's a fun, easy mold. It's effective across the board. I think a lot of people might look Outback over because he's not that significant of a character, especially if they already have the mold once. But I really liked Outback. I thought the guy was cool. I dig it. I'm glad to have not one, but 2 versions of this mold in my personal collection. And here we are once again, and again I have Outback here. I really enjoy Braun, I really enjoy Outback. I think the silver just adds a little bit more accuracy to the guy. Would it be nice if he had like his blaster? Sure. We could store it there, we could use it in his hand, it'd be great. And I'm sure that you can get an approximation of it at this point. If you can't, I'm sure one is soon gonna come. I feel like that, you know, that's the perfect sort of thing for third-party companies to get behind as a quick, easy little add-on for this guy. I do feel like that for Legends figures, there's like an add-on accessories set. I'm not sure who makes it, but it makes perfect sense to have something for this guy, especially. Very accurate outside of those arms. The articulation is second to none for a Legends class figure. I mean, granted, his bicep swivel is because of a ball joint, but what more do you really expect? He does have like a dedicated thigh swivel. I think that's impressive. He has full free range of motion despite looking kind of stumpy, and his conversion is simple. It's fun to flick this guy back and forth between modes. It's not hard, it's not frustrating. It's just a fun transformer overall. And while I think a lot of people might overlook this guy, I think you might be missing out on something really, really great, especially since this size class very soon will be coming to an end. Kind of get all the goodness now while you can. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this guy. Let me know what you think about him. As always, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out tremendously. Thanks a lot for giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I know how important it is to you, and I very much look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit right here inside the videos.